Good morning, Slop Nation, and welcome to episode 4 of Slop Chop. Slop Chop, I believe, is the name of this program. Sometimes I forget, and I call it Sloppy Top, or the Slop Pod, or Chop, Slop, Chop. I am genuinely enjoying doing this show. It gives me something to look forward to. And something on my calendar, that's creatively the whole point of the thing. So, my loves in this world of ours, are film, comedy, and podcasts. I listen to a shitload of podcasts, generally just comedians talking, bullshitting, the New York comedy scene. I listen to most of those guys' pods, and I'm obsessed. I love them. Also, I watch a bunch of YouTube, of course, and I have aspirations to be a YouTuber, but the thing with the YouTube, the thing with that is there's zero accountability whatsoever, and I could just make a video, or I could wait a year and a half and not do that, because it's work, and it requires critical thinking. It's much easier to just fuck around. But with a podcast, you have something on your calendar every single week. And it must come out. Or else my legions of fans will be so disappointed that they didn't get their slop for the week. We have, threes, fours of fans out there. Piggies, desperate for slop. And I'm here to provide it for them. They demand it. And I must provide. So I'm happy to do it for my beloved pigs. A couple interesting topics this week. Today's slopics include the Oblivion remaster. People are loving that Oblivion remaster, man. It warms my heart. I played Oblivion before. I didn't play Morrowind. Everyone, the true Elder Scrolls nerds are out here always talking about fucking Morrowind, and it's before my time, but apparently it's great. I'm certain they'll remaster it after the success of this one, but I loved Oblivion. I actually remember getting Oblivion for Christmas, asking for it for Christmas on my Xbox 360, and getting it for my parents and being so happy and sinking, dozens to hundreds of hours into that game, which paved the way for Skyrim, of course, to be re-released 600 times. And Skyrim might be my most played game ever, still to this day, just because of the hundreds of hours that I put into it back in the day. But I have yet to play the Oblivion remaster. I'm really looking forward to it. It's been so much fun to see all of the clips online and the character creations. They did not stray away from allowing people to make their hideous behemoths in game. God bless them for that. I've seen so many renditions of J.D. Vance in the Oblivion remaster. Just these wide-faced ghouls, and they all vaguely look like J.D. But yeah, shouts out to the Elder Scrolls team. Shouts out Todd Howard, giving us some Skyrim, giving us some Scrolls slop. And there was tons of rumors about this one. I do think it's interesting that they shadow dropped it with zero promotion. They just were like, people love this franchise. It's going to do well. They Beyonce'd their game, which is cool. And it worked very well. But there was tons of rumors. You got a leak in your ship, Mr. Howard. I'm not sure who it is exactly on your team that is writing articles for fucking Variety and GameStop. Do they have a publication? Probably. But yeah, dude, I saw tons of stuff like Oblivion remaster coming soon, dropping any day now. I also think it's possible that it's not just one guy on the team that is releasing the leaks. It's possible that it takes a ton of people to make a video game, and eventually word is going to get out there. News will spread, and the TMZ of the gaming industry, whatever that is, I'm certain it exists, are hungry for scoops, just like the parasites that are TMZ. and they're willing to pay money, maybe not top dollar, but dollar for scoops because it's enticing, it's exciting. I clicked on a fucking link. Oblivion's getting remastered. What are you, shitting me? Click. Just made that web service provider like 0.02 cents with that click, and it's a wealthy man now. I generally, how do you guys feel about leaks? You guys like them? Do you, it happens a lot in Hollywood. Tons of scoops and leaks and things. And I try to avoid most of it. I have so many things muted on Twitter, specifically for the upcoming Avengers movies, which I actually care about, shockingly. I'm interested in those Avengers movies, and I'm trying to go in with an open heart and an open mind. Got the same team behind Infinity War and Endgame. They're paying Robert Downey Jr. $500 million or some shit to fucking return. So, you know, they're quadrupling the production budget of the film with one check to Robert Downey Jr. So, you know, I'm interested. But they did there's tons of leaks. They're in active production for the first one, and so there's just so-and-so spotted on set. Fucking Spider-Man is attacking fucking Black Widow. Like, I don't need any of that shit. But it's clouding up my goddamn timeline, so I had to mute those words. No idea what's going to happen in that movie, but also, yeah, the Oblivion thing slipped through the cracks. Oh boy. One moment. There's that fucking buzz. I'm gonna kill myself. All right, we're back in business. Excuse the technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. One-man show. One slop chop. So yeah, shouts out to the Oblivion remaster. Shouts out to leaks. I don't like them, but some people do. It keeps the fucking the vultures at bay. Leaks. Gotta have something to satiate those animals. Oh, Lord. One day, I'm really hoping I can just come in here and everything will work as intended. The camera's never an issue. It's always the microphone that's really just a pain in the ass. It is what it is. On to much more important topics. Like this debate online right now. This debate has ravaged the internet. You must choose a side. You must choose a side in this debate. The debate is this. Would 100 men be able to defeat or take down a gorilla? Gorillas are some bad motherfuckers. There's a lot of back and forth about this, a shocking amount, in my opinion. I think that people forget how many people 100 people is. If 100 people listen to this podcast, I'd be so happy. 100 people is a lot of fucking people. You can easily kill a gorilla with 100 people. It would take probably half that. I think you could 20 would be. That'd be like a fair fight, I think. 20 dudes versus a gorilla. God help God help the poor bastards that decide to charge him first. All right, everybody, we're in this together. Let's go. And then you let a handful of them get torn to shreds and tire them out. Get their fucking ears ripped off and their balls shoved down their throat. And then the other 17 guys follow, and charge. But yeah, dude, 100 men, come on, bruh. Your average, I would even give you like 100 short kings. 100 short kings could take down a gorilla. 5'4", receding hairline, 32. 100 of those guys could easily take down a gorilla, in my opinion. Easily. Again, not without casualties. There will be some short kings that meet their maker that day. But, you got to sacrifice if it's for the greater good. I saw that Mr. Beast tweeted about this topic and like haha, I should set this up and make this a reality situation. I think you should take this very seriously, Mr. Beast. Jimmy Beast should make this a reality. Just have everyone sign the waiver. That's all you need is a little piece of paper. And then you can finally see that there's only one correct side to this argument. And that 100 men, Short King specifically, could defeat one silverback. It's going to be brutal. It's going to be a tough... I'm not going to lie to you. It's not going to be easy. But you guys got this. You got this. All right? And once you win, fucking for each one of you that remains, Mr. Beast will give you an extra, I don't know, $5,000. Or it'll be something creative. Those without limbs missing must compete against, I don't know, a giraffe. But yeah, like the fucking it's a gorilla. Gorillas are some bad motherfuckers. I would not be surprised if Joe Rogan weighs in on this topic. This is right up his alley. You guys hate ASMR? Oh, I want to give a shout out to There Are Too Many Movies. My beloved Dallas podcast friends. I was on their show this week. That will be out at the time of this recording soon, but it will probably already be out when this is dropped. Go over to their channel or search There Are Too Many Movies on your favorite podcast platform of choice and listen to your boy on there. My second time on the show, my first time was over a year ago. We discussed How to Blow Up a Pipeline, that movie is the shit. That's kind of one that flew under the radar, and also we all loved it. And then I promptly forgot about it. It was just one of those, I think it was Neon released it, but just one of those kind of streamer. Is it even available to stream anywhere? Jamie, pull that shit up. It probably is. But dude, if you haven't seen that movie, How to Blow Up a Pipeline is phenomenal. But I was happy to talk about that film with them. And then the clip that they pulled was I'm an Avatar stan. I wear this badge of shame proudly. I love those movies. I'm one of the measly few who goes to bat for the Avatar movies, and I was receiving a lot of flack for it in their Discord. And so I had this whole thing planned where I ordered this fucking official Avatar shirt, Na'vi shirt from Disney, and then a wig as well, and these like shitty sunglasses from the only meme that Avatar's ever produced, where the guy is like, it's like the gas station Oakleys, and you know what I'm talking about. I'll put it in the video. If you're watching the video, you can see what I'm talking about. But anyway, that's what I was going for. And actually, I wore that shirt. I had a little bag of goodies, and I put the wig in there, and I wore that shirt underneath an extra shirt. So midway through the podcast, I was like, "Hey, you guys think it's getting hot in here?" And then I fucking tore off the top shirt and put the wig on and went to bat for Avatar.
Harvey is now in Avatar cosplay. He's got the gas station Oakleys on. He's ready.
Good.
He's the Blue Lives Matter Avatar right now.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, I just want to say real quick, I see you.
Oh, fuck off.
Get out of here, man.
I see you.
I want to genocide your whole race.
This is the first time I get behind that statement.
Avatar is the shit. I think it's genuinely just a masterpiece. Take forever to get to the point. Very similar to Bless You. It's very
Sorry,
similar
I'm allergic to dog shit opinions.
There are too many movies.
So that was fun. Love Avatar. You know what's better than fucking Christopher Nolan's Tenet? Avatar 2. Avatar 2 is way the fuck better than Tenet. Tenet! Which those boys all love. They're so wrong on that. The movie sucks. But anyway, shouts out to that pod. I love them. Thank you guys for having me on, and I go listen to it. It was a good time. We talked about From Dusk Till Dawn because of Sinners. Sinners is in theaters right now, and it is killing it. Holy shit, Sinners is killing it. It's really exciting to see a movie like this do so well. R-rated, horror adjacent, like damn near 3 hours long. And it is just raking in the money. It had a historic low drop-off week 1 to week 2. People are really showing out for this thing. And it's awesome. It's really cool to see. People have just an incredible dedication to Ryan Coogler. This is like, I mean, this is not Black Panther level, but it is a similar movement. People are showing the fuck out, and it's awesome. It's really cool to see. I saw it and thought it was fine, but it is really cool, and it's like it's an original film, R-rated, like I said, about vampies. So, you know, happy for it. Happy it's doing well. Every once in a while, you get an original film that does well, and and people are reminded that it's not a completely dead art form and that Hollywood is not well, it is. I was going to say burning. It was recently burning. But Hollywood's still got some juice, and not everything has to be a fucking Avengers 15, Ant-Man 7. Sometimes you get cool stuff like Sinners. It's a movie that I wish that I liked more. I thought that there was a lot of great stuff in it. Very, very cool concepts. I love the allegory for music being, you know, like metaphorically culture. I mean, music equals culture sort of in the film, and it's being stolen by people, and yeah, and also like creating a space where you can express that culture freely and safely until the vampies get you or attack. You don't want that. Those dang old vampies. So funny to me that vampires have to be invited in. Who wrote that into the rule book? Fucking Danny Dracula way back in the day in like the 1300s was like, you guys, I really think that we should not go into places unless someone... I'm just going to bail on that mediocre bit midway through. Weird lore, right? Of all the things, this is such an interesting one. They're so defeatable that way. You just don't let them in. You think I could come in and take a look around? No, we're good, man. We're good. You stay out there, look menacing, and I'll wait until 7:29 a.m. when the sun comes out. Vampires kind of suck, huh? They can't they can't exist in the sunlight. Literally 50% of every day. Yeah, vampires are dumb and kind of not scary. But you know what is scary? The whites. The whites. No, I thought it was cool that they didn't make our white boy. Wait, was he a KKK? No, he wasn't Klan. He wasn't in the Klan. No, he was just like he wasn't super overtly racist, that guy, which was interesting. Like, you'd think they would have just made him omega racist, but there's a little bit more nuance than that. Anyway, shouts out Sinners, shouts out vampires. You guys suck and are lame, but Sinners is pretty good. I enjoyed it. Good, not great, in my humble opinion. People are sucking this movie's cock. And I don't think it deserves that. I am happy for it, though. I think it is cool that it's doing well. Moving right along, brother. I teased it last week, and I gotta talk about Andor. I'm gonna do a little no spoilers. and then we're going to get into spoilers. Just for the first 3 episodes, which is all that's dropped. Great release model from Disney. The first season was structured that way as well. Every 3 episodes is an arc in the show. And like I said, last up, it's difficult for me to point at one that I like the most. I think my least favorite is pretty handily the first 3 episodes. But they're still good. But like the show just keeps picking up momentum and gets better and better. I did not realize how emotionally attached I was to the music in the theme song until the first one started playing for season 2. I was like, oh my god, it's fucking back. Oh my god. I googled it. Who did the music for Andor? Nicholas Bertel, the Succession guy. The fucking Succession guy. Did Andor. He also did Moonlight, which has a phenomenal score. That dude is goated, but the Succession score specifically. Succession is bar for bar the best theme song of any show, in my humble opinion. But yeah, he did Andor. Oh my god. I was like, oh, it's fucking back. So the first 3 episodes dropped, and similar to the first season, I think they are. I'm hoping at least that they'll be the weakest. I enjoyed them, but I didn't love them. I was not in love. There's this particular plot line that takes up a lot of time involving our boy Cassian Andor. And he's at this place for like an exorbitant amount of time, surrounded by stupid, annoying characters. And that scene, all those scenes kind of sucked. But I'll talk about that here shortly in detail. But overall, I'm very excited that it's back. The next batch of 2 or batch of 3 will be released on Tuesday, and then every Tuesday for the next 4 weeks. So I will be definitely talking about definitely talking about it on this podcast because I love it. Despite my not loving the first 3 episodes, it is astonishingly better than any other Star Wars property. It is shockingly better. It sticks out like a sore thumb how fucking well shot, mostly well written, well acted, like slow-ish but juicy, dialogue driven. They expect you to pay attention. This is not a really have on in the background type of show. This is like a strap in, sit your white ass down and listen type situation, which I appreciate. And it's just like it's just great dialogue and the cinematography. Literally any shot from the show. I watched a video about this. A new guy who I enjoy. Let me pull him up and give him a plug, shall we? All right, this guy Jay Cote, hilarious dude. Jaycote. He's a great little YouTuber. He's just starting out, but he's really funny, really laid back, hilarious guy. He kind of blew up on the scene with ranking Star Wars glup shittos. If you're unfamiliar with the term, it's just like the nonsense nothing characters that no one gives a shit about except for Star Wars nerds. He has a healthy disdain for the mouth breathing Star Wars nerd, which we all should. And I worry honestly when I talk about Andor that I sound like that fucking guy. But please, you have to understand that I hate Star Wars. I hate it. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I don't think about it ever. Except for my beloved Andor. Oh my god, it's so fucking good. Lots of good stuff in these first 3 episodes. But my point with bringing up this YouTuber, Jay Cote, was that he just dropped a video about Andor. And his point was like, compare literally any shot of this show to literally any shot in Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like, what the... It's just such a stark difference. There's blocking, there's lighting in Andor, there's shot composition, and it looks great. You can tell that it's like someone gave a shit. And then the fucking Obi-Wan show, it's like child on a green screen being chased. Oh my god. Literally, like any of the Star Wars shows. Maybe The Mandalorian gets away with it, but all that shot with the fucking there's this technology, I don't remember the name of it, that Lucasfilm, where it's like a massive freaking screen behind the actors, and it actually moves with the actors moving, so it looks like an actual background would look. It looks way the hell better than a straight up green screen, but it still has that sort of just digital kind of shitty look. And you can fucking tell. You can tell in Andor, with very few exceptions. Those are real sets, baby. Those are real sets. Everything looks fantastic. The quality is just so high. So high, in fact, and you might not be aware of this, so high, in fact, that it is Andor Season 2. You ready for this? Andor Season 2 is the most expensive Star Wars property ever created. I'm talking movies. I'm talking TV shows. I'm talking comic books. I'm talking video games. Obviously, all those things, but movies even. Like Force Awakens costs less money than Andor Season 2. The Rise of Skywalker costs less money than this season of television. Which seems ill-advised to me, to be perfectly honest. I don't think it has a prayer of making that money back, but I do think that Disney is aware that it is the only good Star Wars show, and they're willing to do. They're writing blank checks to Tony Gilroy, who, by the way, I can't suck this show's dick enough. Everything about it I love, but Tony Gilroy, who worked on the Bourne movies and directed Michael Clayton, he is not a Star Wars fan. He's like, it's fine, I guess. I don't know. I'm more into like espionage. That's who you want. That's who you want directing your shit, brother. You don't want the fucking Star Wars dork who's gonna put in cameos, and Tony Gilroy was so actively against doing all of that. Actively like, no. We're bearing it down. This is the common man's Star Wars show. This is what it's really like to live in this situation. This is what like the politics are like, and not the fucking boring ass prequel politics of the Senate or whatever bullshit. This is like one of the main characters is essentially a space Nazi, and she's effective. She's fucking great at her job, and she's so compelling to watch. Oh my god. She's putting things together that none of her coworkers are, and she's like jumping over red tape to smash this fucking rebel output. So good, so compelling. Excellent. Mostly talking about season 1 now. Season 2 is pretty good so far. I think that episode 3 was great. I'm trying to spread the good word. It's a real show. It's a real show. It's not a Star Wars show. It is a Star Wars show, but you have to remove it from that context to realize that it's like, it's better than The Last of Us. Hold on, we're not going to get into spoilers yet. But briefly, we'll talk about The Last of Us also. But The Last of Us episode 3 came out, and there's one particular scene that I hated. It was the introduction of the whistle cult from the game. If you played the game, you know what I'm talking about. And it's just like a 3-minute scene of a father talking to his daughter, and just regurgitating exposition on this child, who is a terrible actor. She sucks. She sucks. People kind of like give children a pass when it comes to acting, and I don't believe in doing that. She needs to hire an acting coach or something. She's really bad. We'll talk about Last of Us soon, but my point is this. It's like the Last of Us TV show does a lot of good stuff, does a lot of stuff well, but then it had that scene of just like, who are these new characters? Hey, Dad, tell me every aspect of our religion and why we follow it and who we are and what our whole deal is. And I'm like, just let us figure it out by watching them. Wouldn't it be so much better if you had a little bit of curiosity about these people? Who are these fucking people with the scars on their face? Why are they doing that whistle thing? They seem to be sort of religious. Why did you tell us everything? Why did you fucking sit us down like a terrible actor child and spoon feed us all this bullshit, man? That sucked. That was the worst scene of the season so far, by far. But what's funny is I watched the first 3 episodes of Andor right before the Last of Us episode, and I was like, oh my god, the contrast. Oh my god, the contrast. Andor doesn't give a fuck if you don't know what's going on. It's not for dummies that are watching this in the background. Like there's this, the show opens, season 2 opens with Cassian Andor, our main character, just like, hold on, I turn over my camera. Season 2 opens with our beloved Cassian, I guess sort of beloved. That's another interesting part about Andor, is and maybe they'll change this in season 2, but in season 1 for sure, the least interesting character in the show is the main character, which is kind of funny. No fault of his, it's just that every other character is fascinating, and he's just kind of like a generic man, just kind of a guy. He's our protagonist. He's our dude. What the hell was I talking about? Anyone remember what I was talking about before I turned over the camera? The difference, the contrast between that scene and Andor season 2. The fucking Andor just opens. We're just in the middle of it. We're in the middle of this scene, and we figure it out as we go along. There's not a moment when fucking Cassian looks into the camera and says, okay, I'm kidnapping this ship, or I'm stealing the ship because it's a new prototype, and we're gonna need that information because the Empire is like they're really pushing out this shit, and like there's none of that. We just get it because we're watching him do it. It just goes like it never tells you what's going on. That with that first heist situation, you're just watching it happen, and then he's gone and he's on to the next thing. They never take the time to like, you just pick up bits and pieces of characters talking about it and you kind of piece it together in your head. It's so much better than that. The lazy ass writing bullshit model of tell the audience everything they need to know about this person right now in 28 seconds. That scene in The Last of Us sucked ass. I'll just go ahead and say, I'll just put maybe Last of Us spoilers in here too. Fuck, I don't know. Probably, right? Yeah, probably. So there's a character in the game that's very important. The Scarface clan, and when they show that little child, I was like, oh god. And she starts talking because like first you see her and like, all right, whatever, she's a child. And then she starts talking and you're like, oh no, please tell me this is not the kid from the game. This kid sucks ass. We cannot have this child be one of the main future characters. We can't. And then you're praying. You're on your knees and you're praying to the HBO executives that they realize that she does not have the chops. She cannot carry this character. And then at the end of the episode, like a beautiful gust of wind, the child gets murdered. The child is brutally slain. and you're like, woohoo! It wasn't the main character. It was just some one-off bullshit. Thank God for that. I genuinely let out an audible like, yes! when I saw the dead kid. Oh man. That kid sucks. So shouts out to that kid being dead. Bit of a spoiler for Last of Us. We're just gonna have like an Andor and Last of Us sort of block, you know? Because I don't know what else to do there. I watched them back to back and they're entangled in my head. So they'll be entangled in this podcast. Let's just get into spoilers here. If you have not seen Andor Season 2, please skip this section. Or if you don't care, keep listening. Get my watch or listen time up. But skip it, dude. You should try it. Watch Andor. I care more about you watching Andor than I do getting a few extra minutes of fucking listen time. You know? Andor. Yeah, so Andor fucking... Okay, so episode 1, he steals the ship from the guy, and then he is shortly thereafter stuck on this fucking planet with these dorks who are bickering, and they don't trust him, and they're... It didn't strike me as the level of quality that I've come to expect from the show. That the sort of bickering, it kind of felt like a stage play. Kind of felt like all the guys were waiting for their turn to say the line. You know how like in a real argument, you're talking over each other. There was none of that. It was like, was segmented like, wait for my turn to speak. All right, now it's your turn to speak. It just struck me as very artificial, and also they're annoying. They're just annoying characters with and we spend so much time on that planet, bro. So much time. Every time it cuts back to them, you're like, oh my God, for real. We still doing this? It gets a little interesting. Basically it's a group of rebels, but they're not affiliated with the rebellion. They're just not fucking with the Empire. And they're just on this planet quietly starving to death. But they suck. They're annoying. You're just waiting for Cassian to get out of the situation, and it takes him like a fucking episode and a half to leave this shitty, annoying planet. But once he does, it starts getting excellent. It starts getting great, because in between when he's on this shitty, annoying planet, it's cutting back to his new established home. And also, I forgot to mention that there's a 1-year time jump in between season 1 and season 2. So, if you remember how season 1 ended, this is a year later. I rewatched the ending. Oh my God, it's so fucking good. Oh my God. I rewatched it because my parents hadn't. They have old people memory. They both have early onset dementia. That's not true, but they will shortly. But their memory's not great because they're old, and so we like scrolled. We're like, all right, this is episode 8, so this is what happens, and then there's a bunch of that shit. You guys remember the prison break? Okay, cool. You guys remember all right? And we were scrolling through episode 8 and 9, and then 11, whatever it is, the last couple, and then we just watched the entire finale. It's so good, bro. It's so fucking good. Oh man, I hope they can reach that level of quality again. There was parts of this second season that got there. Episode 3 specifically was fantastic. So here's another little piece of trivia that I was not aware of, but in between each of these batches of episodes, there will be time jumps. So these are little, it's kind of like we're getting a new Star Wars movie every week. It's like, I think they're probably going to jump another year after this, because we're the rebellion is like gaining steam right now, and there's all this stuff in motion. There's this massive one of the interesting parts of the first couple of episodes is I keep wanting to call them the IDF. What the fuck are they called? The Empire. The Imperials. The Imperials are planning genocide, casually over hors d'oeuvres and coffee. They're like, yeah, they have this planet that we just discovered. They have this really awesome resource, and we're gonna be strip mining it for sure. The Emperor demands it, and so relocation would be ideal, but we're kind of looking for alternatives. They're talking about just a straight up genocide, which is interesting. There's just discussing it, and it's cutting in between that, like the very well established genocidal empire, and these annoying rebellious idiots that can't get their shit together on this starving to death on a freaking planet. So it's kind of giving you this is where we're at right now with the rebellion. The rebellion is like a joke. It doesn't exist. And the empire is so well established, casually planning a genocide. So that was, I guess, I get what they're trying to do. It didn't super work for me. I just thought the kids were too annoying. But what else happens? Andor goes back to his home city, his home town, where they're just like wheat farmers, and it's intercutting also with one of our other main characters. So there's what's interesting is there's about this show is like we get levels and degrees of intimacy with both the rebellion and the imperial, the IDF, I'm trying to think of any other word for empire. It sounds so lame. The Empire. So like one of our main characters is like 3 levels down from the Emperor. It's like Emperor, fucking CEO, and then her boss's boss, and then her boss, and then her. That's kind of where she's at. She's running up the ranks, and she's extremely effective with her job. She's awesome. But we get like the bureaucracy of that world. It's like a corporate environment, but for evil. So interesting. And then we never see the Emperor, nor will we. He's never ever seen, nor should he be. Like it's not about him. It's about his policies, the effects that he has. What else do we have? We have also a senator, Mon Mothma. Remember, Mon Mothma's back. Shouts out Rather Media. She is a senator, just a straight up senator who is risking life and limb and putting everything on the line for the rebellion, and she's basically playing at the politics of it. She, like, all of her scenes are just conversations, and someone will say something a little off kilter, and she's like, her eyes will turn to her, and like, like the drama is so it's not, you know what I'm trying to say? It's so subdued, but it's fucking so compelling. So compelling. And in season 1, she has given too much money to the rebellion, and she can't cover her tracks. She's like, they're doing an audit on my fucking finances, and I don't know what to do. I'm fucked. I've given you guys too much money, and I don't know where to get it. And she resorts to setting up her only daughter with this rich, kind of scummy picture of, I don't know, sort of like a crime lord or something. I don't even know if he does crime, but he's just kind of like a scummy, shitty guy with a scummy, shitty kid. And she essentially sells her only daughter to this life that she had to live, that she was brought up in, because she's covering her own tracks and she doesn't know what else to do. Like, she will be executed if she's caught, and the whole thing will collapse. So it's interesting stuff. Lots of big decisions. Lots of like just political intrigue, and she's great in this new couple of episodes. She's being accosted by her really good friend. It's during her daughter's wedding to to a boy, and she's being accosted by her old friend who helped her with the money issue last season. And he's like, he keeps pushing her, he's like, his wife left her, and like he's a sad fucking divorcee. He's getting shit faced. He had to be like dragged out of the party one night. And he knows too much, and he's becoming a liability. He's like, I'm fucking, look at the wealth of this 3-day party. Look at the fucking Picasso statue that you guys got your shitty children. I can't afford, my 2-bed, 1-bath fucking apartment in Oak Lawn. Right? So I get where he's coming from, but he is becoming a liability. Uh-oh. And he's like the only one that knows that Mon Mothma's a good guy. She's putting up this front, and just yeah, she exists to serve the rebellion in every way, and he's the only one that knows that, and he's the only one that's supportive of that cause. They obviously haven't told any other humans, and she's got to make a tough decision. Interesting stuff, fun stuff. I think that guy is fucked. I think probably we'll just never see him again. At the end, he's flown away by one of Skarsgård's like right hand woman from the previous season. And yeah, I think the guy's he's fucking toast. We'll just never see him again. Like, we'll hear about an accident that he had or something. Like, oh my God, well, he was pretty drunk. That's probably what's going to happen. But rip, dude. Those are the sacrifices you got to make. Such good stuff. People are talking about the rape scene. Because there's a rape scene in my Star Wars. I get it. It was pretty intense, pretty disturbing. There was a sexual violence warning before, I think, episode 1 started, or episode 2, one of the two. 3, doesn't matter. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty fucking... The guy tries to rape a lady. In my Star Wars media. It's pretty gnarly. I have no opinion. I think people are I don't know if they're right to be fed up, but I get being fed up or uncomfortable with that. I go to Star Wars for escapism, and I do not want to see. I get that. I shouldn't be. Whatever. I get it. I'm not. I understand. But yeah, it is a pretty effective scene. I mean, it just makes the Empire seem that much more evil. So I think it works. And it goes with the themes of the show, of it being sort of like real life normal people and what they have to deal with. There's not really much space for sexual assault in The Rise of Skywalker. In episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, when Palpatine comes back. Are you here alone tonight? Oh boy. So yeah, I get it. Whatever. I have no opinion. I'm opinionless. I wanted to mention that our officer lady who I was talking about, she's lost some weight, and I think is this too mean? Am I okay with being mean? She's got like Ozempic face going. She's got a little bit of the Ozempic face, and I think it's because I watched season 1 right away. Like I finished season 1, and then I went straight to season 2, and I'm like, this lady is 20 pounds lighter, but it doesn't look. It's not like she's like. She's got the Ozempics going, I think. That's so fucked up. Who cares? I'm such an asshole, dude. Who gives a shit? I'm fat as fuck. Good for her. Good for her. She does look a little weird, though. You know what it reminded me of? Have you guys seen The Boys? That Amazon Prime superheroes, but real life superheroes are bad, actually. Pretty good show. But I think it's in between season 1 and 2. our main lady, whose name is Scream Star, blonde. I don't even remember what her power is. Sunscreen. The blonde lady Sunscreen. She comes back from season 1. Season 1, she's like hot. She looks great. She's like this superstar now. She's on a really successful show. She's gonna cast in a lot of shit. And she comes back from season 2 for season 2. I think it's between 1 and 2. It might be 2 and 3. And she looks insane. She looks like a different human being. She looked like she for sure got some work done. And the work was like a fucking hatchet to her jawline. She had like a fucking meat cleaver chopped off her chin. She looks insane. She looks like a prism. Like a fucking rectangle. And it's so wacky and weird and uncomfy to look at. I couldn't. I was one of those things where I was like, okay, well, I'll get used to it. I never got used to it. I never got used to it. She looks insane from that first episode. And also they don't address it, of course, because you can't. But you could. You should. Sunscreen, what the fuck happened to your face? Our Imperial lady is not nearly as bad as that. She just looks thin. Good for her. Honestly, it's probably such a non-issue. I just saw season 1 very recently, and so I was like, oh, she's lost weight, but it looks a little weird. Oh well, fuck it. What a non-issue from a dick. Non-issue from a fucking asshole like myself. She's so great, man. That fucking scene when she talks down the mom. Oh, she's like practicing smiling in the mirror. She's like, oh my god, fucking chilling. She's so good. She is. Do you guys' parents do this? This is so funny to me. My mom, when I watch movies and shows with my beloved mother, and she has this thing where like when a bad guy is on screen, a villain, she goes, ugh, oh, she's just awful. She's just awful. Which is, she's right. She is awful. But that is the fucking point, right? That is like, she's well written. She's well acted. I don't know. Maybe it's a fucking pretentious asshole thing to call out, but it's just so funny to me. Ugh, I just hate when she's on screen. She's just awful. I'm like, yeah, but she's compelling. You get it though, right? She's like, no, she's just. That's any villain in any media. Ugh, he's back. I'm like, he's a good character. Ugh, no, can't stand him. Good stuff. Do I have anything else for Andor? Yeah, I'm looking forward to, obviously I'll be watching it every week. Maybe we won't spend as much time on this next week because I don't want to, if you're not watching it, suddenly your new favorite podcast, Slop Chop, is all they're fucking talking about is Andor. But you fuckers should watch Andor. What are you doing? What are you doing? It's 12 episodes, first season. Second season will be the final season of the show. They're calling it after 2. If that's not a mark of quality and respect for the material and a plan, this is not a Walking Dead bullshit fucking Mandalorian situation where they will stretch. No. They said, we're going to tell the entire story in 2 seasons. It will lead directly into the very controversial Rogue One, which I will definitely be rewatching after the show completes. Because I'll have all this new background for my beloved Cassian Andor. But yeah, it's great, dude. It's fucking beautiful. It's stunning to look at. Really well written, for the most part. 90 fucking 5%. Honestly, maybe it's all well written, and there's just a couple of performances that are. I hate criticizing it. Even it's one of those shows where like it's like criticizing Succession. Succession is, I think, a fucking legit 10 out of 10. It's hard to find a single thing. There's another show, by the way, that was like, we're calling it 4 seasons, we're done. Remember when they made that announcement after season 3? You're like, what the fuck? There's so much more. There's so much more story to tell. Like, nope, we're calling it. Creative integrity is so sexy, isn't it? Very, very briefly, back to The Last of Us. I was right about the intro. I was right. Pretty easy thing to call, but I was correct. I just wanted to revel in that for a moment. That your podcaster was correct about something. A prediction that I had came true. It's the thing where I'm not going to do spoilers now because who cares, but the thing with the fucking fungus in the intro that I said last week, that came true. God damn, I'm good. Shit. Wouldn't it be weird if that wasn't the case? If they didn't do that? You're like, who's the second guy? If you don't know what I'm talking about, fuck off. I don't know. Just give, I'm not going to go into it. You need to be studying this podcast. You need to know everything that I say every week. There will be a test. Moving right along. Another juicer of a topic. Shouts out to my good friend, Landon. I love you, Landon. This topic came from him, and he will eventually be on this pod. My plan, by the way, with guests, just to give you guys some idea, is I'm going to do a few months of solo episodes to get the hang of it. I have no idea how many. This is episode 4, so we've already been doing this podcast for a month, which is crazy. But I'll do it for a handful of months, and then I'll start having my friends on, and that'll be fun, or they'll suck. Both things will happen for sure. There will be good and bad guests. I expect Landon will be a good one, but he, like most of my friends, is all of my friends, literally 100% of my friends, is a fan of anime, and I am not. I hate anime. Never finished a full season of an anime. And I'd like to discuss that with you, good people. I'd like you to hear me out before you picket and riot. By the way, I said I hate it. It's just not my thing. It's not my thing. Okay? I've tried it a million times. Because here's when you say things like that. Well, what have you seen the fucking the Shogun fucking racer Jello 11? I'm like, yeah, I tried it. It was fine. People love Attack on Titan. That was excuse me. I did finish that. I finished season 1.5, and I'm like, okay. It's not my thing. All right, but here's why. Here's why, and I do not mean to shit on your. I've really had to tone back my language with this topic because 100% of the people in my life love anime. I am the only person I know my age that does not fuck with the art. That doesn't fuck with it. It's just not my thing. And I have several points, several reasons why this is the case. Okay? So bear with me here and just listen before you judge me. Okay? I just don't like Japanese people. No. Here's the thing. It is a cultural situation because it is this. My issue with anime is the structure of it and the overarching. It's universal in almost every single one that I've seen. I do want to mention, by the way, that my hatred for this art form does not carry over to the Miyazaki movies. I am in love with those films. I got Totoro right here on the set. Totoro, Spirited Away are both in my top 5 of all time. Hayao Miyazaki does not do the shit that I'm about to describe for you people. Hold on. Oh, man. I was just juicing up on this anime topic, old brother. Well, gotta turn over my goddamn fucking camera. 1 second. Hi. Onasugi shimasa. Doitashimasu. Sumanimasen. Ohayo goizamo. All right. Okay. Where were we? We should have video back. My memory card ran out of space. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Nothing. You're just going to keep on keeping on. Right? So here's what I hate about anime. There's a tenet of storytelling. And it goes by the name of show, don't tell. I firmly am a bold believer in this saying when it comes to screenwriting, writing in general. Don't tell me the relationship that the characters have. Show me them having fun. I always picture the fucking prequels. I think it's at Revenge of the Sith when... Man, I'm talking a lot about Star Wars. For someone who doesn't care about Star Wars, I'm talking a lot about Star Wars this episode. But when Obi-Wan and Anakin are in the elevator, this reminds me of that time when we were really good friends. Oh yeah, I had to save your ass that time. Oh man, we are such good friends. I'm like, that sucks. That sucks. And you know what else sucks? Anime. Anime does that constantly. Not only does it do that, but it fills every waking moment with dialogue. It's like it just never shuts the fuck up. The characters never shut the fuck up. They are constantly monologuing and talking to each other about things that we've already seen. Things we saw earlier in the episode even. Things that like we saw so recently, or we should, that even if we haven't seen it recently, the things that we should know based on the story that we've watched. Like, good guy comes up to bad guy. You're fucking bad guy. You killed my father and my son and my 13 stepchildren. We know that. Why did you tell us again? Again. We already saw him kill your stepchildren. Like, just show me the rage. Don't tell me why I should be feeling that way. And it really is a widespread cultural it's just a thing. It's just part of the medium, and I do not care for it at all. Miyazaki does not do that shit. Miyazaki just writes stories and animates them beautifully. I love animated movies for the most part. Like a lot of them that I really like, but anime, don't care for. What else does anime do that I hate? Oh my god. The flashbacks. The fucking flashbacks, bro. That's part of what it is. They'll be like, you know, you killed my fucking dad. Let's get a flashback of you killing my dad. Let's get a flashback of me showing you that I'm sad about you killing my dad. Oh god. And like the build up before the battle, it takes a fucking calendar week to talk it out and get the courage, and oh man, you're just monologuing, dude. Just shut up. I also find that, like, I've expressed this frustration with the art form to many of my friends, and they have recommended stuff that I've dabbled in. And I think anime juicers, gooners, people that love it, are kind of unable to see, you know, the widespread issue, the widespread fucking cancer. It's too harsh a word. It's just not my thing. They're unable to see the fucking that every one of them does it. Again, it's a cultural situation. It might have something to do with the weekly syndication or like buying time, stretching out fucking I don't know, dude. I fucking can't stand it. If you put like you have to be Martin Scorsese to have the monologue work in any fiction for me. The monologue is a tough thing to pull off. And every anime has it. Everyone. They never shut the fuck up. Last week on Dragon Ball Z. Oh, fuck. This week on Dragon Ball Z. Isn't the like, don't you know what I'm talking about? There being just 4 straight episodes of flashbacks and build up and thinking and monologuing and talking before the battle happens. And the battle happens and it's fine, good, even. Does that not bother the shit out of you? The fact that there's like 400 episodes of quote unquote filler in Naruto. I'm sure that's probably another widespread thing, the filler episodes where the manga hasn't caught up yet, so you have to fucking I do not have the patience. God bless the people that do, but I do not. Just start One Piece, bro. It gets really good at about episode 655. Yeah, I'm all set. I appreciate it, though. Not my jam. Not my thing. There's very few nerd credits that I don't have. I'm a pretty big nerd, but I chose film instead of anime, and I never fucking got into Pokemon. Don't give a shit about Pokemon. Yeah, those are the big 2, I think. I'm sure there's more that I'm not thinking of. Well, I'm not in there. I'm a fucking jock, bro. Played football in high school. And a little bit in college. Oh, man. So fuck anime and fuck you if you like it. You know? That's all I can say. But I'm genuinely curious if someone can, and don't just blindly recommend a thing. Give me the reasons why why I'm wrong. I'm willing to be wrong. Again, I'm the only one of my friends that has this opinion. I'm totally willing to be wrong here. If you can prove me wrong, and I discover a newfound love for this thing that I've been verbally accosting for a decade, you will be a slop king. I'll put you on my wall, bro. But yeah, I challenge you to find something or think of something. Because if you're an anime guy, you've seen 150 of them. So choose one that you're like, okay, well, this one's kind of more Americanized or less annoying. This one's a little less grating than the ones that I normally watch. Maybe I'll recommend this to Harvey in a YouTube comment or a Spotify comment. Comment on Spotify. If you're a Spotify listener, you can do that. Joe Rogan changed the platform to make comments a thing. So do that, please. Let me know. Give me a recommendation. Maybe I'll look at it before next episode or in the future. Perhaps I'll check it out. No promises. But there's my 2 cents on anime. Am I wrong? Am I an asshole? Probably. Probably. Again, willing to be wrong. Not married to being right here. Matter of fact, if I am right, it's a sad state of affairs. Come to think of it, I prefer to be wrong. So prove me wrong. Totally willing to be to have a dialogue with you good people. So we'll get the opposing voice when we have my beloved Landon on this show. He will state the case for anime and why I should give a shit. But until that day, you just have me. You just have me. All right. Moving right along. What have I been watching? Oh, man. Oh, hold on. Is there any more like internet slop that I should discuss? Okay. One quick thing. Walton Goggins is allegedly hot now. You guys seen? So Walton Goggins is having a moment. He's everywhere. He's in Black Lotus, White Lotus. He's in the Magic the Gathering card, the Black Lotus. And he's a great actor, I have he's awesome in the Tarantino movies. I love him in The Hateful Eight. Really, really great actor. He's having a moment. And also, he's ripped as fuck. He's yoked, man. He's 53, and he looks it. But he's yoked. And because he's popular, they like, oh wait, no, he's ripped and he's popular? Let's get this guy. He's the new hot guy. He's the new hot guy. And I'm like, this man ain't it. He's not. Are we serious with this? Hold on. Let's look at the fucking shirtless photo shoot that just came out. Are we for real? Bruh. I understand that your body is sculpted and it's impressive. That face ain't it, dude. It ain't. Come on. What are we talking about? What the fuck are we talking about? Is Walton Goggins hot? Am I totally off on this? I just don't see it at all. At all. God bless this man. He's an incredible actor. But this push to make him a sex symbol is frankly astonishing to me. It's like trying to make Steve Buscemi. If Steve Buscemi got ripped. And then suddenly he's on the fucking cult. He's on the Vulture magazine cover in a Speedo. And it's like, Buscemi. What are we doing? What are we doing with that? Great actor. I do not mean to diminish his abilities. But not hot. Come on. What the fuck are we talking about? Not hot. Not hot. Yeah, so that, anyway, I was just struck by that. I guess you could call that slop. Just that fucking photo shoot. I'm like, here's my dick. I'm Walton Goggins. The Danny McBride guy? That's who you want to fuck? Come on, dude. What are we doing? Onward. Onward until dawn. Oh. This is what have I been watching? I watched Until Dawn, which is based off of a PlayStation game, which I was unaware of. It's like a choose your own adventure type situation. Directed by David F. Sandberg, who did the Shazam movies. Shazam was his like big, okay, this guy's got some talent. We'll give him $200 million and make a superhero slop film, right? But he did the Annabelle movies, or an Annabelle movie. He did Lights Out. That's pretty much it. Yeah, so I guess Lights Out is the one that got him the Shazam job. But from what I understand, he has the best Annabelle film, Annabelle Creation, which I don't give a fuck about those movies. But he did Until Dawn, and I enjoyed it, man. I really liked it. Not getting good reviews at all. I thought it was really fun. It's super dumb. It's idiotic. I mean, it is exactly the type of exposition dump bullshit that I was just discussing, hating. But it's a silly horror movie. I don't give a fuck. It's not a prestige drama like The Last of Us or an anime that everyone loves, like insert anime. I can't even think of one for the reference. This is a lot of fun. This is Groundhog Day. Groundhog Day. This is spooky Groundhog Day. And the difference being that it's not like every day is the exact same. It changes every time. So the idea is like, if you got murdered the same way over and over, it wouldn't be particularly scary, but they're trying to create fear by changing it up on you every time. I have no idea how close it is to the game. I didn't know it was based on a game. I looked it up afterwards, and it looks moderately interesting. Kind of like a Telltale Walking Dead game situation, where it's like more or less a point-and-click adventure, and you're just making decisions for the characters, and what the decisions that you make have rippling butterfly effect, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, the game looks fine. I thought the movie was fun, dude. It is a hard R rated, which I was like, okay, movie. You've got some, like, there's a fucking, there's a scene towards the top that I won't spoil, but or maybe about halfway through, that is like horrifically violent. I was like, oh, okay, this movie has some balls. Super fun. I love any Groundhog Day. It's stuck in a place and it's Groundhog Day. Brother, sign me up. That is my shit. Injected into my veins. It's stupid, but it's a blast. I gave it a 4 out of 5. I gave this movie a higher rating than I gave Sinners. I'll stand by that opinion. This is a better movie. This is yeah. Okay, I can't even say that out loud. But I did enjoy it more than Sinners. I don't know what to tell you. I rewatched From Dusk Till Dawn to do the There Are Too Many Movies podcast, which I enjoy. That movie is written by Tarantino, directed by Robert Rodriguez. Again, we can go, if you want the full discussion on the film, along with a bunch of other stuff, go watch their pod. But I have the same problem with From Dusk Till Dawn that I do with Sinners, which is I think that the first half is much more interesting than the second half. Once the spooky stuff starts happening, you lose me. You know? The first half of From Dusk Till Dawn is like this. It's a fucking Tarantino movie, dude. It's so good. Snappy dialogue, fucked up characters, crazy violence spikes. Beautifully shot. It's like I'm pretty sure Tarantino just straight up did most of the blocking or the directing for that first half, and then he just handed the camera to Robert Rodriguez and was like, "All right, have fun. This is a vampy movie now." So, I recommend it. Dusk Till Dawn. It's fun. Rewatch that new Ari Shaffir special, America's Sweetheart, on Netflix. I was struck on this rewatch. This is my second time seeing the special. Really struck me how Ari's like straight up just one of my favorite comedians. Period. He's very successful, but he doesn't get the stamp of approval from, I think, the comedy world the comedy world loves him. Like every fucking comedian that I've heard on a podcast ever has verbally blown Ari Shaffir. He's like, seems like the sweetest man of all time. But normies don't really give him the respect that he deserves, in my opinion. His special Jew is on this set right now. The signed vinyl. That was a special before this one. And I think Jew is an all-timer. A fucking crazy, incredible concept special. You don't get a whole lot of concept comedy specials. The entire thing's about Judaism. Front to back. And you get, like, I legitimately learned about the history of the religion and the history of religion in general. And it's hilarious the whole way. The set design is insane. Same thing with this one. America's Sweetheart, the idea or like the concept is look on the bright side. Like every even the most negative thing has an upside to it. And you can be one of two people. You can be the guy that's like the doomer, or you can be the guy that's looking on the bright side of everything. So that's the concept for your special. And to go with the concept, he has this insane set with just live plants completely covering every inch of the stage. And I learned from a podcast that the set alone costs $80,000. $80,000 just for the set. So that's a guy like, and it's just for the theme. It's like, you know, it's a fun visual backdrop. He never addresses it, but it's a fun visual backdrop for the dark humor. It fits perfectly with the theme, and he's willing to shell out for his fucking art, man. What else can you say? Dude, watch the credits for this recent special, America's Sweetheart, and tell me you don't love this man. Are you kidding me? It's like the most endearing fucking credits for a special I've ever seen. He goes through every one of the producers, like directed by so-and-so, directed by Eric Abrams, and then a fucking paragraph written by Ari about why he's the best and that you should work with this guy. And then shot by so-and-so. And then fucking this person shoots all my specials. She's incredible. You must hire. Like, just glazing every one of the people that he works with. It's so cool. It's so sweet. He's America's sweetheart, this guy. But I love this man. And it really solidified this rewatch. I was like, oh, he's like straight up S tier. He's great. He's fantastic. Shouts out to Mr. Shaffir, the least successful of all of his friends. He makes that joke in the special. But yeah, he's the best. Awesome special. Not as good as Jew, but I don't think you can't touch Jew. Jew is goated. I don't know if you know the story behind Jew, but it's pretty fun. So he did if you're familiar with the Kobe Bryant incident, when Kobe died, he tweeted some horrific, mean thing, because that's what he does, and got a ton of backlash, and basically got quote unquote canceled. That's when people were getting canceled for things that they said. And so he had this special literally ready to go. It was done. It's called Jew, and he gets canceled, and he then like basically just like, oh well, fuck, I can't release this thing. Everyone hates me now. Well, might as well keep working on it. And so then for another year, so instead of like, usually a comedian works on a special and drops it at the end of the year, like a year of work for each special, he does like 2 years of, or maybe it's like 2.5 of dedicated just improving the thing. And he said, like it got so much better. Like the cancellation thing happened. He thought it was done. And then he just kept poking and prodding and improving the material. And it's just fucking awesome. It's so good. It's like 90 minutes long. It's like a feature film. Oh, it's so good. Goat shit, man. That's why it's on my set for the Slop podcast. Because it's goat shit, brother. Shouts out Ari Shaffir. Love that man. Then I watched Green Room. Rewatched Green Room. Watched it with a couple of friends. It was their first time seeing it. I got to watch their reactions, which was fun. I love it. Green Room's the shit. Watch Green Room if you haven't. It's less of a horror movie than I remember. It's more of just like, it's just stuck in a place, bro. Stuck in a place is the best genre. But it has peaks of violence that are really fucked up. But it's a tight 95 minutes. It's the shit. Anyway, should we close out with some bit fishing? Bit fishing. Oh yeah, I thought it'd be funny if an older person doesn't like me, and I'm like, "What are you, megalophobic?" Which is the fear of large objects. And they're like, "No, I'm just homophobic. What you people do is disgusting." Oh yeah, and then one time my dad, I was watching a movie and he came in and it was like, "Is this a 24?" He was asking if it was an A24 film. Is this a 24? That's good stuff. My dogs bark at every dog that walks by. Meanwhile, when I walk them past like another house with dogs in it, and those dogs are barking, they're like, "Oh, I'm just walking past you. Fuck you, buddy. I'm just walking by." Cut to them in my house. Get the fuck out of here. They can't see the discrepancy. Isn't that interesting? That could be something. Slop Nation, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Seriously, please, for the love of God. Click subscribe, click follow. It really helps new podcasts get off the ground. That's all we're trying to do over here at Slop Chop. What a week for Slop. Honestly, not much crazy shit happened on the internet. A very Andor and Last of Us focused episode. But those are good. You know, they're good. They're happening and they're good. And I appreciate you listening very much. Thank you, Slop Nation. God bless you. We'll see you next week.